Hey guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a top 5 and under 5 video. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is a series where I run through my top 5 favorite products in a given category in under 5 minutes. And the category for this video is going to be drugstore highlighters. Spring has officially sprung, the weather is warming up, and I am digging a dewy complexion. So I was really into pulling out all of my highlighters and noticed there have been a lot of great affordable highlighters that have come out within like the recent year and a half. They've been pretty underrepresented up until right about now. So I wanted to share my top 5. There's a little something for everyone here, depending on what kind of finish you want, what kind of texture you prefer. So let's dig in. The first two I'm going to talk about are from a brand called City Color, and while you can't always reliably find them in the drugstore, they are very, very affordable. Both of these are under $5. So I'm going to first start with the cream formula. This is their Glowing Complexion Illuminating Cream. This is a pink leaning shimmery highlight, and you can see you get a ton of product here because it's that thinner cream consistency. It is great to not only apply directly to your face using a brush, stippling it wherever you want your highlight, tops of your cheekbones, bridge of your nose, but it's also a great consistency for mixing with your foundation if you want an all-over radiant glow. Now this can be very potent, so a tiny drop in the whole of your foundation will definitely do the trick, but it's just such a versatile product and so stinking affordable. The next product from City Color is actually an eyeshadow. It's a white gold mousse eyeshadow that if you aren't into the gold or warm tones, they do have a cooler pearlescent shade, but this is such a unique iridescent highlight that while it does work great on the eyes, although I do recommend priming first, it is also a beautiful but very strong highlight. It is, like I said, super iridescent and very, very prominent, but if you're looking for a really dramatic highlight, this is a great one to look for, and once again, it's super affordable. One reason I tend to reach for cream or mousse textured highlights or products in general in the spring and summer is because I feel like it blends more easily into my foundation and tends to keep from melting down throughout the hot spring and summer days. But if those aren't your textures, yet you aren't strictly powder, I do have a happy medium, and it is a ColourPop eyeshadow actually. They recently came out with blushes. I haven't given those a try yet, but I've loved the eyeshadow since I first discovered them quite a few months ago. This one is a highlight shadow. It's in the shade Girly, and you can see it looks just like a satin white here, but once you get close up, there is this beautiful pink iridescence to it. And I think in my initial review of these, I talked about how it could be, or maybe it was I did an underrated drugstore top 5 video that I might have included in here, where I talked about this tip, but I love this as a facial highlight. Of course, it's formulated to be an eyeshadow, but it functions so beautifully all over the face as well. Then the last two are powder texture, if that's more what you're into. The first one, confession, I actually really didn't like this when I first got it years ago. When I first started blogging, everyone really took to this product, and I just didn't see what the buzz was about. I think I blogged about it or talked about it in a video or something. This is the Physicians Formula Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls in Translucent Pearl, so it's a pinky toned highlight. And when I first got it, I think what turned me away from it is pretty typical of Physicians Formula. It's the overspray. It sucks you in, and then you feel so betrayed when it's not there. This used to have this beautiful shimmer, like ultra shimmery overspray. You can see it is still very shimmery, but I'm talking like blinding shimmery. But you give your finger a swirl in there, give it a good old swatch, and all of that is gone with one swipe. And it was I just felt so duped. So, and once that was gone, I thought the product was too powdery, it was too opaque, it was too just not for me. But years later now, I whip it out, and I find that I was a little more heavy-handed in my earlier makeup days, and so yeah, this can definitely get powdery if you're taking a big fluffy brush and layering it on. So what I recommend doing is taking a nice little kind of dainty fan brush and using that to dust this on the tops of your cheekbones. And what this does that no other affordable powder highlight can is give you that very subtly illuminated look. It's not overwhelmingly shimmery once that overspray is gone at least. It's just a very healthy glow that it gives because underneath the shimmer is so finely milled. And the last highlighter here isn't actually really a highlighter at all. It's more so a reminder that you don't necessarily have to look for products that are strictly labeled as highlighters to get that same effect. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Powder in the shade Catwalk Pink. And you can see here there are 4 distinct strips. 3 of these are great blush tones. One's shimmer, one is a satin finish, and one's a completely matte mauve. I'm wearing them on my cheeks right now. And then all the way here on the end, you have a purely kind of pinky champagne shimmery shade. You can either isolate this and use it as a true highlight, or swirl all of these together, apply it as your blush, and just having that shimmer in your blush will really create its own natural highlight. Something you might want to be a little wary of when doing that though is if you have sort of rough or inconsistent texture on your cheeks, swirling these all together and applying them to the apples will emphasize them. So if that's the case for you, you might want to strictly stick to putting the matte and satin on the apples of your cheeks and then putting the highlight on the tops. But for the most part, I thought this was just a great reminder that you don't need to look for something that says face highlight to find that same effect in any other kind of product. So I really hope this video was helpful, especially as those warmer months are rolling around and we're all wanting that lit from within glow. And let me know what your favorite, if I missed any drugstore highlights, let me know what yours are in the comments below. Thanks once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.